What up, though, guys? What up, though? It's your girl, Zsa Zsa, and you are tuning in live, listening to Yeah, I Said It. And before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. And I know you heard me the first time. Yes, I am live without my hair. Long hair, don't care, bald headed, whole shit, all of that. If you are tuning in, you are listening to Yeah, I Said It. And before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. I am talking all about the truth of the matter. And the truth of the matter is that there are things that people don't want you to know about them that you need to know. And as you matriculate with your children this upcoming school year, there are a lot of conversations that you need to have, especially dealing with self-confidence, knowing who you are as an individual. Because I'm going to tell you something, raising my son, a young black man in an urban city like Detroit, where everybody got to look fly, everybody got to have a certain criteria to how they are demeaned or described. And so it was a challenge to get him to understand what was valued and what was necessary and what was a want. So if you're tuning in, you're listening to Yeah, I Said It. And before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. I'm talking all about the truth of the matter. And the truth of the matter is that sometimes we can teach our children to be just as vain and ignorant, if not more ignorant and more vain. One of the things that I learned dealing with alopecia, I started off with having just a small bald spot in the back of my head, in the back of it, okay? At 12 years old. That's middle school, right? And then fast forward, my nephew, he had alopecia. It started off with a small bald spot in the front of his head. And him being a boy, it was definitely a challenge. One of the things that I want to say is when you are teaching your children from the heart to not be cruel, to not be manipulative, to not being disrespectful, to understanding that you are not what you wear, you are not what you accumulate. There are a lot of kids that don't even want to go to school, a lot of parents that fear putting their children in school because they feel inadequate, like what they have is not enough. And sometimes as a mother or as a father, you sometimes feel like you don't have enough to give or enough to offer. And if you're tuning in, you're listening to Yeah, I Said It. And before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. I'm talking all about the truth of the matter. And the truth of the matter is that, for the last couple of days, I had to detox from people. Like I just kind of had to be in a serenity and be by myself because I wanted to deal with some things that I've been dealing with in order for me to go to this next chapter in life. And if you don't start dealing with those things that are inadvertently real truthful things about yourself and try to act like they're non-existent. One of the biggest hurdles that I had to get over when it came to self-confidence and dealing with real true beauty and understanding who I am as a woman, as an African American, as a mother, was learning about my likes, my dislikes, looking myself in the mirror and looking at those particular truths. And one of the things that I notice about people that look like you and me, we don't like holding ourselves accountable to those ugly truths. Every day I have to look in my mirror and know that there's a possibility that my hair may never grow back. And that's a real truth. But do I stop being who I am? Do I stop being great? Do I stop the purpose and the mission that God has for me because I don't have hair? Do you stop going and pursuing your dreams or pursuing your desire that God has on your life because you don't have a car? Because you don't have the necessary tools or resources that you think you need in order to get it done? I've probably had more opportunities the moment that I started recognizing my truths. And the moment that you start recognizing your truths about you, about your habits, about things that you like, things you don't like about you, things that you find frustrating about your life, things and people who've hurt you, the minute that you can acknowledge those things, the minute that you can say, you hurt me and I didn't like how you treated me. And even though you may not change, I have to come to the mindset that this is why I feel the way I feel. And see, a lot of people are going to try to make you feel small. I refuse. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? Bald headed, whole shit and all. Long hair, don't care and all. I refuse to let anybody make me feel small. And you got to be careful when you are discussing your evolution of who you are going to become, right? I didn't wake up one day and say, oh, I want to be bald. I wonder what that's going to look like on me. No, because I grew up with hair, okay? Long, beautiful hair, okay? So at the end of the day, this was something that I had to grow into. There are some people who grew up and they ain't never had no hair their whole life. So being bald ain't nothing new to them. It's just something you just discovered. But for a woman like me who's had hair, you understand what I'm saying? Or a woman who has had breasts and then they have to get their breasts removed. Thank God that wasn't my story. I just have alopecia. And I decided to not rock my wig today because I want to celebrate Alopecia Awareness Month. That's what I decided to do. And so when you decide that you want to attack those hurdles and attack those things that you're fearful of, who gonna hold some over your head? It's no longer a secret. See, if you're tuning in, you're listening to, I said it, and before I take it back, I'm gonna add more to it, because at the end of the day, when people try to hold your secrets over your head, they have a way of trying to manipulate you. And so when you start having the confidence that surpasses all understanding, this is one of the reasons why God says you won't know everything. Some things will have to be and maintain a mystery to you, because if you knew everything, you wouldn't know how to operate. I did not know that throughout the end of my 20s that I was going to end up having to cut my whole, like just shave it all off and keep it moving, and then it wasn't going to grow back. When I was dating my ex-husband, it was so funny, y'all, because with alopecia, so I have alopecia universalis. So I don't have any hair anywhere, okay, except for one area. And I think I told y'all about that either last year or this year. I grow hair under my underarms. Isn't that so retarded? I don't have any hair anywhere else, but I get like little sprinkles under my underarms. It's so crazy. But anywho, so with that being said, there were things that I had to learn to walk into my confidence with. So while I was dating my ex-husband, every day I would have my eyebrow pencil on the side of the bed, and I would have my wig glue and all my stuff, right? And every day, right, I'm waking up, drawing my eyebrows on. Every day, putting on my wig to make sure it's tight. Every day. Can you imagine getting up every day to make sure your eyebrows are symmetrical and even? Can you imagine that? Every day trying to figure out, okay, do I look crazy today? And I remember mentoring my girls every week, my ladies of excellence. And for those of you who know my mentorship, you know I don't play about my girls. And I would tell them about the things that I was struggling with and the opportunities that you can hinder if you are not confident in yourself. I have a cousin. She's voluptuous. You know what I'm saying? Like my mama. Mom was a plus size woman. And my mom's confidence was blown out of the water. Do you hear me? I mean, people will always ask my mom, like, how is she able to do this? And she got 7 kids, and how is she able to do this? And when people think that they have something over you, and the minute that you no longer let them have that over you, you gain that power back. See, there are people who thought that they could talk about me because I didn't have hair, but I didn't lose my black power. I may have lost hair. See, this is where you got to understand who you are in your own essence of being. Because I'm going to tell you something. The cost of purpose and the cost of it's going to cost you. Your purpose is going to cost you. I didn't realize that me losing my hair was going to empower me in another form of fashion. I didn't realize how many other women and men were struggling with hair loss. I didn't realize how many people were just dealing with the struggle of loss in general. So imagine a person like me who's lost her father to suicide, lost her mother to the hospital, that punctured her lung, okay? My mom died from a ventilator, from the ventilation being too high and she couldn't catch her breath. And then she had sepsis because of a peg tube being infected. So here it is. I lost my mom, lost my dad, lost my brother, lost my hair, lost my husband to a chick at the church, lost my son's father to another best friend at the church. So when you get to losing, right, you start feeling broken and you start feeling broken down. And this is one of the reasons why we have to talk to our young people. We can't allow social media to lead them into what they think or deem beauty and life and the essence of what it means to love yourself. Because when you start losing stuff, you start losing family members, start losing that waistline that you once had when you was in high school. Or you start losing that hairline when you had your 360s and your waves and now it's looking real 180-ish. Yeah, I said it, and before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. Because when you start developing that confidence and you start developing, because there are some things that you can't fake. There are some things that you just can't pretend. There were moments in my life where it was easy for me to pretend that I was okay. You know, when you're losing, you don't want to seem like a loser when you're losing in life. When you don't feel as if you are up to par or a set standard that society has labeled to us to have us thinking that beauty is supposed to be a certain type of way. And believe you me, I was one of those people that did not feel as adequate as I thought that I should because I was not meeting the standard that society said that I was supposed to be. This is one of the reasons, and if you're tuning in, you're listening to I Said It, and before I take it back, y'all already know what I'm going to do. What am I going to do? I'm going to add more to it because I ain't got nothing else to do but do that. But at the end of the day, there's certain confidence that you cannot fake. I would walk in rooms and women and men did not even know that I was dealing with an autoimmune disease like alopecia. And you can see the women who have low self-esteem. You can see the women who have low confidence. It's like an aura that you give off. Not knowing that I just had to make sure my wig was laid down before I even got here. And you don't even like me and you don't even know me. This is one of the reasons why our ethnicities, people that look like you and me, it's going to be hard for us to get to this next level if we do not put aside some of these retarded thought processes that we have accumulated over the years. We are now getting to know ourselves. We are now getting to love ourselves and deal with these behavioral traits that they have taught us that we are supposed to have. And see, I'm going to tell you something. Your purpose is going to cost you. It's going to cost you them habits. I went through a phase of depression where wine was like water. I know Jesus turned water into wine, but wine was like water, okay? It was the next best thing smoking. And see, when you start walking into your purpose, the enemy is going to try to use things against you to bring you down. Oh, look at you. You skinny. Ain't nobody going to want you as a model. Oh, look at you. You too fat. Ain't nobody going to look at you as a yoga instructor. Oh, look at you. You bald. Nobody's going to look at you as a confidence coach. But what you don't realize is that's the enemy trying to use things against you. See, the enemy loves to kill, steal, and destroy. And for everybody that knows these three things, we don't walk in knowing it. Why is it that we don't walk in knowing what we know? We say we do. We say we have all of this knowledge of an understanding. But it's the individual work that we need to do in order for us to conquer our people. our communities. It's the individual work. It ain't the group therapy. It ain't the hanging out, the turning up. You all are going to have to go get some help and deal with those internal losses, those internal things. See, it's easy to walk around here and say, I'm fine. I was one of those people. I'm fine. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm okay. But you're 5 seconds away from snapping. And for some of you, school has just started. You've been in school as a parent. Your kids are going back. Your nieces and nephews are going back. And some of your children are going back without their grandparents who were once the babysitters, aunties that were once babysitters, cousins that were once alive. And see, what you all have to understand is that these children have feelings too. These young people have feelings too. And if you're not careful, you will think that your adult issues are much bigger than their issues. They take on things just like we do. I remember when I was losing my hair and the frustration and the anger of having to deal with that, and then having to deal with the disrespect from his father, and having the challenges and having to deal with that. It was just a combination of, if y'all don't get away from me, I'm going to snap. This is one of the reasons why I told my siblings after I lost my mom, I told them, I said, we can all live separate. Y'all go live with y'all dad. I'm going to go live and do my thing. Y'all, you can go do your thing, and we gonna be good. Because when you start taking on more things that you didn't think that you could take on. This is why God allows us to go through certain things, and we come out as pure gold. We come out stronger. You go in situations weak and brittle and broken, and you come out as pure gold. You come out stronger. So you mean to tell me that this situation that I'm in is supposed to make me better? This situation that I'm going through is not going to take me out, but it's supposed to build me up? See, then it becomes a psychoanalyzed thing, like, okay, well, how is losing my hair going to make me better? But then I had to think about that. What are you basing your beauty on? When you lost the home to foreclosure, what were you basing your income on? When you lost the marriage to death, or to divorce, or to whatever the case may be, you were wrapped up in that relationship and you thought, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to make it without this person. See, this is what you got to understand and what you got to know. I had to stand on God's truth about me, that I'm fearfully, wonderfully made. And that there's nothing that nobody can say or do to make me think otherwise, including, guess what? Including myself. Sometimes it ain't other people that make us go through depression. Sometimes it's not what another person has said to you that makes you have low self-esteem. It's you dealing with you. It's you saying the things about you. And then you take those things that other people have said about you and you start adding it on to things in the way that you feel about you. This is one of the reasons why, let me tell y'all, I talk to myself all day, every day, okay? I be in the mirror. First of all, if y'all think I'm funny with hair, can y'all imagine how funny I'm going to be when y'all see me without it? Like, I have videos of me just being so crazy, y'all. Like, y'all gonna be like, this girl is too crazy. Somebody need to really give her a TV show, because this is for TV. Because I just had to learn to love myself wholeheartedly. Okay? With the hair, without it. With the adjustment of the bra straps, without it. Because now, as I matriculate through life, and the enemy comes with things that's going to challenge my self-esteem, that's going to challenge my self-confidence, I'm already equipped. I got armadillo skin. So when it's said, when I become an international sensation and I'm global, I'm not worrying about what somebody's saying about me in the Netherlands, because I've already said it about myself. I'm not worrying about what somebody's saying about me in Georgia because I done already said it about myself or I've already heard it. When you get to the next level in life, some things that God has prepared you for, you don't know why God is preparing you for. But then when you get to that next level in life, you know why. God said, okay, this is why I went through this. This is why I let these people hurt you. This is why I let you walk away from that job. This is why you had to leave from that house and get all your stuff and go. Because there are some situations that you won't grow from unless you're in an uncomfortable situation. Let me tell you something. There are some things that God will allow to happen to you that are temporary. Temporary setbacks, temporary obstructions in your life. And then there are some new things that God is going to allow you to do. There are going to be some things that God is going to say, you can't do it with that brokenness until you heal from this particular area. See, I can't talk to you about inner confidence until I found mine. I can't talk to you about healing from a divorce until I healed from mine. I can't talk to you about getting your son or daughter to college until I got mine there. See, there are some people that are waiting on me. You may not be waiting on me, but there are some people that are waiting on my word. They're waiting on my wisdom. They're waiting on my knowledge. Just like you, there are some people that are waiting on your word. They're waiting on your knowledge. Some of you had to overcome molestation or rape or abandonment or loneliness or imprisonment or sex trafficking. There are some things that you all are sitting on that you don't want to talk about because you're afraid what somebody gonna say about you. Somebody is waiting for you to heal them. Somebody is going through something right now, and your very essence, your very words, the very things that you are going to help them with is going to get them to the next level. See, last year, I literally almost died in my own home, okay, from COVID, okay? I never experienced anything like that in my entire life. Not being able to have control over your own body is a mental, like a whole scary thing. Because right now, I'm in control of my breathing, right? I'm in control of my arms. I'm in control of how I blink, how I move my neck, how I move my shoulders. But can you imagine when you're not in control anymore? What do you do when you're not in control anymore? When anxiety is now leading your life, depression is now leading your life, trauma is now leading your life, drama is now leading your life. And sometimes, unfortunately, in our communities, we get so comfortable in the comfort of trauma that we feel like this is something we're supposed to be in. And it's not. We have become so comfortable with feeling like this is how it's gotta be, or this is how it is. It is what it is. And that's not the case. And if you're tuning in, you're listening to I Said It, and before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. I'm talking all about the truth of the matter. Yes, I don't have my wig on. Yes, I am celebrating Alopecia Awareness Month. And truth be told, do y'all know how many times I went back and forth debating on whether or not I was going to do this? Because you have this little person in the back of your mind that's always giving you that little negative, and I have to tell that little person in the back of my mind, shut up. Whoever you are back up in there that's talking to me, I don't want you talking to me. Because right now you saying some negative stuff that ain't feeling right in my spirit. You're causing me to be fearful, and God has not given me the spirit of fear. You're going to have to tell whatever voice that is that's doing more talking than you to shut up. See, I had to learn to focus on my inner voice, to focus on my inner thoughts, to focus on the things that I feel comfortable, that made me feel 100% my best. And when I share it with my friends that genuinely love me, people that genuinely like me for me, not just what I bring to the table, not just who I'm connected to, but they love me for me. They walk into that love and they don't think anything less than that. This is why you got to be careful who you call friend, who you call associate. Because when the truth of the matter happens, you got to look up and say, who's really going to be there for me? When I was losing these things in my life and I was having these challenges, everybody couldn't handle that loss. Just like in the Bible, when Job lost his kids, lost his cattle, lost his wife, lost his kids, lost his cattle, lost all his riches and everything that he lost. And here he go getting counsel from his friends, people he thinking gonna give him some wise counsel. That's why you can't share every hurdle and every obstacle with everyone. It doesn't mean keep it to yourself. But you're going to have to ask God to show you the people that you can trust, that will give you that wisdom that you need in order to move on to that next level. See, there were some things that I was struggling with. That I had to get over in order for me to be a better mother to my son. See, some of you can't be better mothers and fathers to your children because you have not healed from whatever you're dealing with. I can't expect Tayshawn dad to be a better father to my son if he hasn't healed with how to be a better father himself. I can't expect my sister to be a better sister to me because she ain't even a better sister to herself. So there are certain situations that I had to learn, okay, it ain't you. You're going to have to learn to move past whatever insecurities, whatever thought processes, whatever thought is in your mind to make you feel some type of way. Because in life, there are going to be situations that are going to make you feel some type of way. And if you're tuning in, you're listening to Yeah, I Said It. And before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. And I know you heard me the first time. Listen, you are tuning in. Follow me on Facebook. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. You know Zsa Zsa because you do. Step back and fake. You know me. Okay? And for those of you who have been rocking with me, I truly, truly appreciate you because at the end of the day, you need people that are going to support you, that's going to uplift you, that's going to big you up in the most trying times of your life. Me losing my hair was a trying time for me, okay? Can you imagine trying to put something in a ponytail and then there's nothing there? Like, what? I had a ponytail holders. I had headbands. What is this? What? I can't swoop nothing. What is the swoop that we are speaking of? So there were certain things that I had to learn. Okay, I got to learn to be okay with this time. I'm going to have to learn to be okay with this in this moment because in this moment, it's causing me to feel some type of way. And see, one of the things that I love about building your confidence and walking into your truths is nobody can take that from you. They can feel however they want to feel, but nobody can take your truth. They can alter your truth. They can add to your truths, but they can't take your truths from you. They can't alter what you've been through. Because some of us have truly been through some things. Ooh, Lord. Some of us have truly been through some things. And because we've truly been through some things, it can be a challenge. I done almost dropped the lamp on the table, y'all. Ain't nobody got time. Because the brain will create scenarios that will cause us to feel inadequate. You walk into a business meeting, you thinking in your mind, you got the business plan down pat, you getting ready to do a speech, you've been practicing, and then you hear somebody else do their speech, or you hear another business plan, and now you cringing and holding on to your pearls because now, oh, I don't feel like mine is good. You know, being one of the captains of the pom-pom team in high school, so many girls wanted to be on the team. They wanted to dance so bad. And let me tell you, it was some girls that could not dance. Okay. But we knew that if we don't allow some of these girls on the team, it's going to mess with their self-confidence. And so one of the things that we did was we would let some of the girls try out and be on the team that we knew couldn't dance. And it wasn't that we wanted to embarrass them, but we wanted to give them the opportunity for them to understand how great they are. And see, this is one of the reasons why you have to encourage not only yourself, but the children and the young people and the people that are attached to you. There are some things that you can't fake. That's why I'm okay with pulling people whole cards. Because at the end of the day, there's only so much you can fake in front. After a while, you're going to have to show me who you really are. This is one of the reasons why there are some people that are always talking about loyalty, but they do snake shit. So how are you saying you loyal, but you operate like a snake? How are you saying that you are a great friend, but yet you hanging out with your friends' haters and enemies? This is why you got to pay attention, because a person can only give you their truths for so long until you see them for who they really are. This is one of the reasons why I take pride in being who I am. So you don't have to go guess, is Zsa Zsa being Zsa Zsa on the east side and then being a different Zsa Zsa on the west side? Is Zsa Zsa being a different Zsa Zsa downtown than she is in Southwest Detroit? No, all of them is me. Every last one of them. And when you learn who you are, you can look at a person and look right through them and see them for who they are. See, sometimes you gotta move some stuff out the way to see people for who they are. That man who said he love you, yeah, you can say you love me all day, but put a ring on it. Now we can see how much you love me. Because I walk into situations all the time and I see women and men together 10 years, 17 years, and they just stringing you along. Oh, I'm wifey. Oh, wifey? Wifey to what? Because if he die tomorrow, you get nothing, sis. You're going to get your name in his obituary. That's about it. You ain't going to get no Social Security benefits. You ain't going to get no benefits, nothing. All they going to know is, oh, that was his girl, or that was his guy, or that was her guy, whatever case may be. And at the end of the day, when you are pulling somebody's card, you see exactly what they're made of. See, it's a lot of people out here because social media has created this illusion that everybody's doing well. This is one of the reasons why for the last couple of days I hadn't been posting anything, because sometimes you have to take a break. You have to take a mental break to make sure that you're on the path that you need to be in. Because if you have small children, the slightest thing that they do will make you snap. Let me tell you something. When I found out that my son's father was having another child with my ex-best friend, I immediately put him on child support because 2 reasons. The first reason was, you ain't even taking care of the kid that you got. How you gonna turn around and have another kid with my quote-unquote homegirl? Then I had to tell her, we just had a conversation, sis. I just told you he wasn't helping me with Pampers or diapers. I had to take my refund check from Bowling Green State University and buy a baby bed because he couldn't even help me buy a baby bed, and you turn around and have a baby with this fool? So when you learn to heal, because I was angry, and when you're angry, you do things angrily. Angrily, is that a word? So I was a mother, 2 years old, 3 years old, angry because he got a new baby, and I'm raising my baby, and I'm angry because now I got to raise this kid by myself. So not only am I dealing with the fact of a betrayal, but now I got to deal with my own child by myself. And see, some of us don't want to be honest about the situations that we're in and the hurt that people have caused us and the problems that people have caused us and the stuff that people have said to us. And we try to act like, oh, I'm good. I ain't hurt. You are hurt. It don't make you feel good. There are situations that I've been a part of that I thought they were genuine. I thought the love was genuine. The integrity was genuine. The support was simple and fair. And then when all hell breaks loose, you find out who really got your back. When the smoke clears, who's really around. And if you're tuning in, you're listening to y'all said it, y'all already know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add more to it. And before I take it back, I'm gonna add more to it. And I know you heard me the first time, because I'm gonna tell you something. Sometimes people's frustration is deeper than what we know. People didn't know my son was 2, 3, 4, 5 years old. I'm dealing with depression. suicidal thoughts, dealing with all of these different things. That's why you cannot judge a book by its cover. And we're going to have to learn to be more humane with one another. Stop acting like you just so cold-hearted. Stop acting like don't nothing faze you. When you know when you get home, you crying in a ball. You suffering from depression. You dealing with anxiety. You walking around with a smile on your face, and you one step away from suicide. I swear to God, on everything I love, I wish I could just talk to my dad and just ask him, like, what made you want to kill yourself? Like, and actually do it. Like, I want to ask the doctor, why did you have my mom's oxygen tank so high? Dr. Abdullah, I want to go to Ionia Correctional Facility, and I want to ask the ward, why didn't you protect the inmate from your COs choking my brother and leaving him on the yard for 4 hours? See, when you start dealing with these heavy truths, when you start dealing with the truths of your life, you don't got time for nobody else's shit. When I was looking at these folks at my church, at the church that I used to go to, and I'm thinking to myself, you MFers were supposed to be praying for me, not praying on me. Y'all were supposed to be taking my name up to God in prayer, not sitting at the table playing spades and drinking and discussing my life. That's why you got to be careful of who you call family, who you call friend, who you call all of these different people. I don't confide in everybody. Yeah, everybody know me. But there are a few people that I'm going to share what I'm dealing with, because everybody can't be trusted. And people will use those very things that you share as vulnerability to use it against you. This is one of the reasons why I share what I share before I let another nigga share my stuff. I'ma tell on me before I let somebody else tell on me. Because some people will tell you the version of the story that will make them look like the victim and make you look like the villain. That's why you got to be careful of who's going to tell the story. There are some people that want to tell the story first. That, one of my good friends, she told me, she said, sis, I know you ain't a person that's going to snitch on people. I know where you come from, Joy Road, so you ain't about to be telling all on everybody. And she said, but sis, sometimes it may be best for you to get your story out first before you let somebody else tell it. And I contemplated that thing. I went back and forth with it. Sometimes telling your side of the story ain't necessary. Sometimes those people that want to tell their side of the story, they're going to tell that lie so many times, they ain't even going to remember why, when, where. Some things you just ain't, some truths and some lies you ain't even got to fight against. That's what they said I did. I did it. That's how much it was. Yup. That's where I went. Yup. Because you just get to a point where you say, you know what? I was there. Were they there? You heard about it. Oh, you weren't there. Oh, this is what they told you. So the information that you're bringing is not information where you actually witnessed it. This is just information that you're co-signing. This is why you got to be careful of people who are FedEx, who are messengers, who work for UPS, who work for the post office. Because I'm going to tell you something. Some of these people work there and they ain't even getting a check. You know why? Because they just sharing messages. They delivering information that didn't nobody even ask them for it. Have you ever had somebody call you, girl, let me tell you what happened? I didn't even ask you, girl, what happened. Honestly, I don't want to know. And this is one of the reasons why God had to cut some people that I thought were my friends. Because some people will occupy your time with stuff that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Because they want to tell you something. They want to tell you what happened. They want to give you their side of what happened. Sometimes I had to tell certain people, let me call you back. I may not even be doing nothing. But there are some things that I don't want deposited in my spirit because I already got enough going on in my life. When you got enough going on in your life that you're trying to build, that you're trying to deal with, that you're trying to evolve from, you don't have time to be taking on nobody else's stuff. Not your mama stuff, not your daddy stuff, not your sibling stuff, not your friend stuff. It don't mean that you're a bad friend, don't mean you're a bad child, don't mean you're a bad sibling. It just means at some point in your life, you're going to have to own your own stuff, right? You're going to have to own your own stuff, your own situation. Every time that you go through what you go through and the smoke clears, there are some people that I thought was going to be in my life forever. And if you're tuning in, you're listening to, I said it, and before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. I'm talking all about the truth of the matter. Because the truth of the matter is that we're going to keep raising generations after generations that don't even realize who they are. I'm partnering and getting ready to do some stuff over in Africa. I can't go to Africa trying to run Africa because I'm an African American. No. I got to go in and I got to see, okay, the demographics, what they looking for, what they already got going on, so that I can get in where I fit in. See, some of us go into situations where we want to shine and we find ourselves feeling inadequate when our shine is diminished. And I'm going to tell you something. The Bible says, let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Your light shines no matter where you go, no matter what you do, no matter who you with, no matter who you around. There is nothing and no one that can diminish that light. And when you realize that, you walk in a light, you walk in an essence. I walk right next to people that are in higher positions than me, and they are more intimidated by me than I am of them. And I'm going to tell you why. Because they recognize the light that beams off of me, that exudes out of me. There are some things about you that people are inferior of because they see that light on you. You ain't did nothing spectacular yet. And they already upset. You already ruffling feathers and you ain't even did nothing yet for real. This is when I knew that I was more powerful than what I knew. This is when I knew, okay, what the devil meant for evil, God worked it out for my good. That broken relationship, it wasn't meant to break me. It was meant to build me. Oh, those friendships that walked away or didn't mean you no good or was talking about you and trying to set you up and all of those things. Let me tell you something. That could be me with 7 kids living at his mama house. But God didn't see fit, and I ain't trying to talk about nobody, but the truth of the matter is we got to call a spade a spade. And if it walk like a duck, clap like a duck, guess what? It's a duck. Sometimes God will stop certain situations from happening so that you don't run into a brick wall. And while you're holding on with dear life, and God is trying to pry that stuff out of your hands. Some of us, we don't get the message or the memo until it's too late. Until we ran into the brick wall. Until now the train has been dismantled and now we got to pick up the pieces of our lives. We don't realize what God is trying to teach us and show us until this is all that we have to see. It was at a point in my life where God had took everything and everyone away from me so that I could pay attention to what was happening around me. Some of us are so distracted by everything around us. There was a point in my life where I had to put my phone down. My son had even told me, like, Mom, be here. My kid is telling me. And some of us, we taking pictures of our kid. Take a picture first day of school, the third day of school, not knowing that there are predators watching. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at her little daughter. Oh, what school she go to? Okay, so we know to put her on the list. See, we're not even paying attention to the type of situations that we are even exposing ourselves and our children. They steal pictures on social media. You know that? They create fake pages from other people's pictures. They're kidnapping kids based off of the pictures that you putting on your page. There are some people out here that are scandalous and they don't care nothing about your God. They don't care nothing about your prayer life. They don't care about your speaking in tongues. They don't care nothing about none of that. Because the last time I checked, the white folks is the ones who brought Christianity over into our world. And these are the same people that had no problem with hanging us, killing us, stabbing us, taking our rights away, and not even wanting us to have any rights. So when you think about certain situations and certain scenarios, you got to understand if this is a genuineness that a person is giving me, or are they disingenuine? Are they here just to tickle my fancy to make me feel good? Or are they really investing in what I'm trying to build and what I'm trying to do? There are some people that I wanted to take to the top with me that didn't even see themselves being at the top. I cannot encourage or make somebody believe that they are great without them having to believe that they are great first. That's an internal thing. You can beat a person, beat it over their head until they black and blue. But until they realize the greatness within them, they're going to always look at you as a threat or a competitor or somebody that they are racing to beat. There are people right now want to do a TV show. They ain't never thought about doing a TV show in their damn life. But because they seeing that I'm doing it, and they say, oh, well, I can do it better than her. I could do it just as good as her. But that may not be your calling. That's not what God called you to do. And sometimes we will look at somebody else's scenario, their situation, their life, and think, oh, I could do what they're doing. No, you can't. You can try. But the difference between you doing it and me living it is the fact that God built me for this. There are some situations that God built you for what you are pursuing. My passion and my purpose lies within everything that I've been through. Your passion and your purpose lies within everything that you've been through. You don't know what your purpose is? Look over your life these last 10 years, these last 20 years, these last 5 years, this last year. What has been calling you? What has been getting your attention? And if that's the thing that has been getting your attention, then that's the thing that you need to pursue. See, one of the things that I've learned about the city of Detroit, as well as in other urban communities, is that it's a monkey see, monkey do. Oh, they take pictures, oh, I can take pictures too. Oh, they cook, oh, I can cook too. Oh, they do graphic design, well, I'm going to do graphic design too. Instead of asking God, what is it that you want me to do, so that I don't seem as if I am following behind the footsteps of someone else. Because what you don't want to do is, you don't want to put your size 9s in a pair of 7s. It's tight. It's uncomfortable. There is no way on earth that I would be a plumber. Not because I'm demeaning the job, but that's not my skill set. There's no way on earth that I could put together some furniture or create a beautiful ambiance. Could I decorate an event? Sure, but that's not my ministry. That's not what God called me to do. Could I do hair? Absolutely. That was some of the things that I did growing up. Cosmetology, licensed, all of that. Microblading, all of that. Licensed to do it all. But I had to put it down. Because although that's a talent, that's not my gift. See, what comes from the heart speaks to the heart. And when you start tapping into your gift will make room for you. It wasn't until I started operating in my gift when opportunities started to come my way. It wasn't when I was opening up Detroit Lash Lounge. Yeah, I got clients and I still do, but that wasn't my gift. That was my talent. And see, a lot of us confuse our talents for our gifts and our gifts for our talents. If you can jump rope and hum, that's a talent. But if you can jump rope, hum, sing, and gurgle, and flip, that's a gift. See, talents are things that other people can do, just like you. A lot of people can do hair. There are a lot of people that can do hair. But there are not a lot of people that can do hair like you. A lot of people can speak, but there's not a lot of people that can speak like me. There are a lot of people that can bake, but there's not a lot of people that can bake like you. There are a lot of people that can do what you do, but nobody can do it the way that you do it. So at the end of the day, when you learn, I got to get past my own pride. I got to get past my own ego. I got to get past my own lack thereof. You tap into the superpower that nobody can take away from you. And if you're tuning in, you're listening to I Said It, and before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. Listen, make sure you stay tuned. Listen, check out my show tomorrow. Listen, if you're not following my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can check out all of my new episodes of my new show. I have my very special guest, Mr. Al Bartel from Times Square Clothing, that's going to be on the show tomorrow. And I'm also one of the hosts for the 100 Women in Heels event that is happening September 26th. So if you are a woman and a lady that loves rocking her heels and a cute little outfit, honey, come get your wig, lay it down, or just don't come with your wig at all. Lay your baby hairs down or whatever you want to come do. But make sure you go and register at one of the stores. Check out my stories and get that information so that you can sign up, because we need 100 women in heels, okay? Because they had 100 men in suits and they went viral, okay? They had what, 1.4 million people. They ended up on the Shade Room and everything. So we got to make sure we show out, ladies, for the 100 Women in Heels. And then this weekend, I am speaking for the first time for a women's empowerment conference, Sisters Inspiring Sisters Summit. And that's going to be in New York. So I think I'm going to go live on my part, because I think you have to register. I don't know if it's a registration fee, but I'll add that in my IG stories just so that you all can stay abreast of the things that I have coming up. And then, of course, September 18th, the Detroit Choice Awards. Listen, y'all, I'm hosting the red carpet. I'm super excited. And I'm going to tell you why I'm excited about this. Because when I heard about the Detroit Choice Awards, I was like, I got to be a part of this. And let me tell y'all, I got so many no's. Like, no, thank you. Nope. We are good. We don't need no help. Like, y'all, I get no's all the time. And then God turns that no into a yes. Out the blue. Like, hey, I need you to do this. I got a call the other day. Like, hey, I'm doing something in LA. I want you to come out to LA. I'm there. When I leave from New York, I got to go to LA. And this is the life I prayed for. This is what I asked God to do for me. But see, in the midst of him doing these things for me, he also had to build my soul so that it would be solid. Because you don't know who your demographics are. You don't know who is following your storyline. And you don't know who you're going to help as you matriculate through life. When you understand that you operate with good intentions, when people do stuff to you, say stuff about you, it hurts. But you also got to understand that God is going to replace anything that you've ever lost, and you are operating in good intentions. Yeah, I may have lost my hair, but I got 10 wigs upstairs, honey, that I can transform whoever I want to be. And when I start my wig line, then that's a whole nother plethora of wigs that I'll be wearing. So when you look at certain levels of things, you don't look at it as, oh, God is punishing me. Why is this happening? Why is it me? No. What am I to learn in this scenario, God? What is it that you're trying to teach me? And how can this be applicable for the lives that are under my tutelage? There are people who act like they don't watch me, but they do. And there are people who act like I don't influence them, but I do. And it's okay. Because at the end of the day, there were some people that act like Jesus didn't affect them, act like God wasn't never there for them until they're in scenarios where they have to acknowledge the truth. And the truth will set you free, honey. And at the end of the day, if you're tuning in, you're listening to I Said It, and before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. And I know you heard me the first time. Listen, subscribe to my YouTube channel. You know Zsa Zsa. Follow me on Instagram. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. You know Zsa Zsa. Because you do. Step back and fake. Because when y'all see me on syndicated TV and I'm sitting here talking to celebrities, y'all gonna be like, oh, I remember her. She was used to do her show on blah, 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 blah. Okay? So for those of you who have been supporting me, I definitely genuinely thank you so very much. But I'm going to tell you this. Be mindful of who you're dealing with. Be mindful of who you're connecting with. And understand that when you are dealing and connecting with certain people, you want to deal and operate with people who operate off the value of truth, the value of honesty. Because there are going to be some hard truths that you are going to have to come into face with. There are going to be some hard truths in these next few months that you're going to have to deal with your children, with your spouse, with your relationship, with your job, with unemployment, having to move. There are going to be some people that they're going to have to look at their finances and say, okay, this is a real hard truth. And so at the end of the day, when you don't face those truths, it becomes a domino effect. And you got to be careful that we are not creating more traumatic and dramatic situations for the next generation. There are people who genuinely want to support what you're building, and there are genuine people who honor your love, your respect, and value who you are. And those are the people that you need to stay around, even if that person is just you. See, one of the things that I have had to learn is to enjoy not only my own company, but also enjoy who I am all the way through and through. Because who I am does not depict who you are, but it does affect you. So if I'm angry, if I'm hurt, if I'm dealing with stuff, guess what? It only exudes out. You only can act like it don't exist for so long. And after a while, you're going to have to deal with those hard truths that you keep trying to sweep under the rug. There's getting ready to be an influx of deaths like it is right now. The news is not going to tell you that people are dying by the hundreds and thousands, but they are. And see, the hard truth of the matter is that we are getting ready to walk into another season that we've never seen before. And if we're not careful, we will have an increase of suicide, an increase of homelessness, an increase of unemployment, an increase of teen runaways, an increase of teen suicide. If we're not careful of handling these truths and having these conversations, we are going to keep running into these same hindrances and these same problems. And it's only going to hinder our ethnicity. White people are already rich. They already got money. They got money for therapy. They got money to travel. They got their passports. Some of y'all ain't even got your IDs. If something were to pop off, you can't even get away. So in this season, let's focus on the truth of the matter. Let's focus on building ourselves up internally so that the external is easy. See, I can wear all of this stuff externally because my internal, I know who I am. So all of those other things are just assets to what I already bring to the table. So at the end of the day, make sure that your truth matters, because your truth matters. And if you're tuning in, you're listening to I said it, and before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. And I know you heard me the first time. Listen, make sure you wear your mask, wash your hands, stay social distance, keep people around you that have something to lose. Because if you got people around you that have something to lose, they're not just living their life any kind of way. Because people that live their life any kind of way are people who don't have nothing to lose. They don't care about losing because they haven't built anything. So be mindful of that. Listen, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Please be safe. And listen, I love y'all. And make sure y'all are taking y'all vitamins, because at the end of the day, for those of you who got the shot, if you didn't get the shot, whatever the case may be, vitamins, water, sun, everything that God gave us that's natural, that's only going to help who you are and who you're becoming. Because if you are persuaded by what they can tell you on the idiot box, as my old pastor used to say, if you are persuaded by fake statistics and fake data and the scare tactic and the fear tactic, then you don't trust God. And trusting God doesn't mean just walking out here and being oblivious, but trusting God says, I sense that there is something happening here, and I want what God has best for me. And whatever that looks like, I'm going to follow that. So listen, At the end of the day, have a wonderful day. I love y'all. Yeah, I said it, and before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. And I know y'all heard me the first time. Make sure y'all share this video. It's going to help somebody today. It's going to help somebody this weekend. It's going to help somebody in life. It might just help you. Listen, we don't want no suicides on our timeline, and we don't want no early deaths. We rebuke that in the name of Jesus, and we don't want no kids getting kidnapped, because I thank God that mine made it on off to college. And there were some situations that he was in at the carelessness of his own relatives. So sometimes it ain't always a stranger that'll put your child in danger. Sometimes it's the people related to your kids that could potentially put your child in danger. So be paying attention, because it pays to pay attention. And let me say this before I go. Don't ever think the questions that you asking are dumb questions. As parents, you better ask questions. And you better ask them 3, 4, 5 times if you got to, just for clarity's sake. Because some people will spin you in circles and be talking to you in circles, and you don't know what the hell they talking about. And you over here just, y'all, oh, okay, yeah. And you don't know what they talking about. Don't do that, y'all. Don't do that. Don't walk out of a meeting or out of a scenario or out of a conference and you don't have an understanding of what just happened. Don't sit up there with that lawyer and you going through a lawsuit, or you potentially got a loved one that might go to jail or prison, and you acting like you know what the lawyer talking about. You better ask some questions. You better ask questions. You sitting up here wanting to date these fools. You better ask some questions. We are in an information season. Ask questions. I love y'all. I gotta go. Bye. And before I take it back, hold on, because I can't be ending my show like that. Yeah, I said it. And before I take it back, I'm going to add more to it. Bye.